Good morning. I thought I'd give you a new view of my office. This is a picture, I think, of a seagull that I found laying around the church, and so I hung it up in my office. To me, it's a picture of the Holy Spirit watching over us and hovering near and with us, with me. This morning, I'm thinking about family once again, and I want to ask about spiritual family and invite you to think about that with me. Specifically, about the question, what do you think of when you think of spiritual family? For me, the first question is, where is the Holy Spirit? Where is the Spirit at work? What is the Spirit doing, and how do we get to join the Holy Spirit in what He is doing in our world? I think many of us, when we think about the church, our view or our default vision of the church is that the church is made up of people who are in many ways are similar. And we have some shared interests, some shared history, maybe a shared culture. And we decide that, well, we might as well, since we have all these things in common, we might as well go to church together as well. I think, though, perhaps a more controversial definition of church, but a far more biblical view of church, is that, in fact, the church, the spiritual family of God is something very different from that. That the spiritual family of God is a group of people who are from vastly different backgrounds, vastly different cultures, and who have very different preferences and very different ways of being. That in fact the church is people who would be enemies except for the work of the Holy Spirit in our midst, drawing us together, uniting us in love, in self-sacrifice, and in service to God's kingdom. It's a very different view of what it means to be a church, what it means for us to be God's family, the people of God, a spiritual family together. It means that we're not all the same, that we have different preferences, different understandings of ourselves and our place in society. That we come from different ethnic groups and different cultures, and we have different cultural ways of being. And yet, we are one family, God's beautiful and diverse family. So I wonder this morning, what does spiritual family mean to you? And where do you see the Holy Spirit at work in River Park Church? Where do you see the Spirit at work in your life, in your family, in your community, your neighborhood? I'd love to hear your thoughts, your responses, your reactions. I'm getting better at responding to email, but also we are increasingly able to have interaction in person, even outside. And so I'd love to hear your reactions written in the comments over email, but also love to chat on the phone or in person as we have the chance. God bless you in this coming week, and look forward to further interaction.